Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the hourly time frame as we continue our descent along these descending parallel channels that I've positioned on our screen from 66,000 at the end of December or September or whatever month that was. And you'll notice that we are continuing, price action is continuing downwards perfectly in these channels. Now let's switch to a 5 minute, see what that shows. Probably looks a little better. You can see how we respect the edges of the channels and the center line pretty nicely here. This is where we entered the channels. Then we continue downwards and then sideways along these channels. I just added the third one here as we came out of the second one sideways, and you can see that we are respecting the center line here and the edge of the channel there. Anyway, so where are we going with these channels? Well, let's go back to maybe a 4-hour time frame, and there you can see our channels here. Now, there's a little bit of a space there because I didn't anchor these on Monday or weekly closures, which would be 0 hours UTC Monday. So when you switch between hourly and if I switch to a daily, I don't know what would happen to these. Yeah, they don't change much. Oh, so that's good. But they are a little bit, well, we were on a 4-hour. Anyway, regardless, where are we going with these? Now, I still maintain the low will be around the 9th. I've been saying the 9th. Actually, CPI data comes out on the 10th, and PPI comes out on the 11th of October. And where is the 10th and the 11th of October? If we were to stay in these channels and not continue edging over sideways like we have been, but if we were to stay in this channel, 10th of October, at about 1300 hours when CPI data gets released is right here around $49,000. And it is at the bottom of our bull flag channel, marked here by the white and red lines that we've been traveling in since March. Also, you'll notice that it is at this red dashed line. That's a new line that I've drawn, and we'll get to that in a minute. You can see the bottom of our bull flag channel right there. However, do I think we're going to come down to 49,000? I think that's a worst case scenario, like if World War III breaks out or something. But the chart set up these possibilities, and there are various possibilities that could play out, and they're constantly changing. So that's that. I want to say something about, like, if you're trading on a daily basis. I mean, these videos come out, once a few days, once a week, something like that. And everything's constantly changing. So, my analysis will be constantly being updated, and there's a lot of space in between. So, this is not meant for. Well, yeah, it's meant for. It's not meant as a guide to hourly or day-to-day trading, but as a general overview, a more overview of where we're headed. Now, I just painted out a worst case scenario, 49,000. Of course, zero would be the worstest case scenario, but right here, around 49,000 would be the worst case scenario, I do believe. And let's switch to a different chart. Well, we're going to stick with this chart for just a second here. This is what I think. Remember way back when we got, see the red dashed line right here. That is the center line of our red channel. It is part of the bull flag channel. And this is the base right here where my cursor is, where the white line and the red line are. That's the base of that red channel. There's the center line. The center line of the white channel is just below it right there. I believe. Is that right? And then there's also a pink channel. A pink channel, a white channel, a red channel, they all have the same base right here. There are various channels that we are working in here. And then up here at the top, you can see, I believe this is the pink channel, and the red channel and the white channel up there. I'm sorry, the white channel and the red channel. Anyway, I know there's a lot of lines. So, red center line, we're looking at the red channel now. Here's and why are we doing that? I'll show you in a second. The center line of the red channel is at about 58.5, or will be at 58.5 on the date in question, the 10th of October. And why is the center line important? Here's the top of the red channel right here. Can we make that? Oh, it's only on 3. That's why. Let's make it thicker. There's our red channel. We got rejected off of that red channel here on Friday, September 27th. That was our high. I will zoom in so you can see. God damn it. This perfect rejection where that arrow is off of the red channel. Now this green line is our neckline of our inverse head and shoulders, of which we're forming the right shoulder currently. And since we got rejected off of that red line specifically, so there's the top of the red channel, the white channel below it, and this pink channel here. These lines are all perfectly parallel to each other. And then there's an orange channel too. Those all represent our bull flag channel that we're trading in. Because there are not clear tops and bottoms to the channel where you can draw perfectly parallel lines. people try to draw like a wedge, and I don't like those. They're stupid. Wedges are stupid. Even if it's a salad wedges are stupid. So the fact that we got rejected off the red top of the red channel tells me we're going to come down to the center line of the red channel. Not the white channel, not the pink channel, not any other channel. So we are heading down there, and we are almost there. Currently, yeah, it's about 58.7, 58.8. And we'll be going down to 58.5 by next week. A week from now. Now, I do believe that's where we'll get probably daily closures with wicks below it. Wicks below it to where? Wicks below it to this pink line here. And why is that? What is that pink line? Pink line's a trend line. It goes back to our bottom at 49 and our higher low here at 52 something. So that's the trend line that connects those dots, and I believe we will wick down to it. And you can also see the green dashed line here, and we'll go to another chart for this now, but I want to show you. Well, it's the same on the other chart. This line we're looking at here. But you can see the bottom of the daily Gaussian channel is there. This is the center line of the daily Gaussian channel. That's the top right there. We currently just now wicked through the center line. We were trying to hold this, and if you can, maybe we'll go to a 5-minute chart, or maybe an hour at least, good enough. Now let's go to a 5-minute, maybe. Where are we? Well, you can see we're trying to hold the center line of this daily Gaussian channel, but we did just wick through it, if that line is even accurate to that degree. So we are definitely trying to punch a hole in that, and it would make sense then that we come down to the bottom here, which is currently at about 56.5. Now, we don't always come exactly to the bottoms of these channels, so take that with a grain of salt. Let's switch over to our other chart. We're on the Coinbase chart just because it's cleaner, and let's switch to let's just do a 4 hour. It's probably good enough. So remember, we were just talking about this center line that connects 49,000 here, our low, 52,000 here. That's the green line. Now, let me switch to a daily so we can get a better view of what's going on here. Now, you've seen this chart before. Inverse head and shoulders is the convergence of two channels. You have the purple channel here where we've been coming down. We've been descending in that purple channel. A lot of people will tell you, we're in this bull flag pattern. Well, we are. But this purple channel is a downwards trend within that bull flag pattern. Now, we did just break above that here and are currently coming down to test it. That's why I say 49,000. If we did come down to 49,000, we'd be back within this purple channel, which wouldn't be ideal. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it wouldn't be ideal. And so anyway, intersection of two channels, the purple one here and well, you do have these green ones, but you also have these yellow ones. I think it's the intersection of the I don't know, who knows, some of those channels. Where's my okay, we don't want to do any of that stuff. So here's our inverse head and shoulders. The left shoulder is actually that 49K, where we wick down to 49K because it's just a wick. Cut that off and you got a nicer looking shoulder there. And then the head. And now we're currently forming our right shoulder. And it looks like if we do come down to there, that would be pretty nice formation of a shoulder and would send us up into this yellow channel. Yeah, so it's not the green channels that we're going into, it's the yellow channels, because this is where we start our parabolic rally. And if we were to stay in these yellow channels, well, by the end of the year, Bitcoin could be up around $100,000. So, I believe that's what we will be doing right now. So, all right, while I was gone for just a second there, I added a couple of these vertical lines here. We're looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame on Coinbase. This yellow vertical line, which is on October 10th, which is the CPI data release, and this fuchsia colored line, which is on November 7th, which is the 3 days after the election, 2 days after the election, and it is the next FOMC meeting. So as you can see here, my theory that we are forming the right shoulder of this inverse neck and shoulders pattern that'll take us upwards in these yellow channels converges here. The purple channel, this yellow channel, and the FOMC or the CPI data release on October 10th, and also this red dashed line, which we'll get to in a minute, as well as, okay, so the yellow channel, you could say, hey, you just randomly placed that yellow channel there, so it would intersect. No, I didn't. I placed the yellow channel as I always do here at this point, with the edge of it at this point, the edge of it here, and the center line here, and traveling up through price action here. And that gave us this point here. Now, we then should break the neckline somewhere at the end of October, or maybe sooner, mid to late October. And that would be up around upper $67,000 range. Now here we have the FOMC meeting. We'll get to that in a second, because I want to show you the convergence of the Gaussian channels. Now, do I have a daily on here? We are on a daily time frame. Let's turn the Gaussian channel on. I don't think I do have this marked off. So we'll have to switch back and forth. On my other chart, I have it marked off. But you can see as I turn the daily Gaussian channel on, it's just turned green, oddly enough. Well, I'll tell you right now. The red dashed line and the orange and the red dashed line you see down below here, that's the weekly Gaussian channel. Now, we have not yet entered the weekly Gaussian channel. We don't want to. I mean, I guess, yeah, we don't really want to. We'll address. I mean, it's doesn't mean we're going to crash if we do, but we really don't want to. And you can see that here on September 6th, when we made this second little low here, higher low, we hit it exactly. And that's why we did that. We hit it exactly right there. Oddly enough, that was also the intersection of our purple channel and our green channel and our new yellow channel. Which is very, very... It all makes sense. It all lines up. I didn't... Well, of course, I did draw the yellow channel to line up with that. Well, and so the green channel is that trend line too. But the purple channel had already been there. The purple channel lines up with other points up here. And the center line right here with this. And there. And that just matches right there. So, I got the daily Gaussian channel turned on. You see the top of the weekly right here, this red dashed line. They are also converging right there. Everything's converging right here on October 10th. Now, what's funny, if we go to a 5-day time frame, you also have the mean band of the 5-day Gaussian channel converging there. So you have the bottom of the daily, the mean band of the 5-day, and the top of the weekly, all converging right here at 56,700, around there, on October 10th. CPI data release, which has very, very frequently been the bottom of the market before rallying upwards year after year after year. It was the bottom of the market in 2022. If you take out the FTX collapse, and you can just go back and look at it. So now we're going to turn on the moon. Turn the moon on. I guess we don't need the Gaussian channel anymore. So you can see we're on the daily time frame now. You can see that our bottom of our daily, top of the weekly, and mean band of the 5-day Gaussian channel all converge right there with all these other lines. The top of the purple channel, our bottom of our yellow channel, and CPI data release, all converging there at 56.7. Now, I don't believe we'll close there. I think we'll wick down to there. I don't know, though. We could wick through it and close there. Who knows? All depends on what's going on in the world. So I'm going to turn the Gaussian channel off. We don't need that anymore. We do have the weekly represented. We do have our little moons. Look at our little moons here. As Crown calls them, the blue one is the bare moon, and then we have the white one, which is the bull moon. Because he doesn't even know whether it's a full moon or not outside. So we have our little bear and bull moons going on. And our last bull moon was here on September 18th. So just add like 14 days to that. And what do you get? You get, what do you get? You get 32. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we're not adding 14 days. That would get us to the bare moon. We're adding 28 days. Anyway, you got the bare moon here on October 2nd. And you want to add 14 days to that because the moon cycle is like about 28 days or something like that. So 14 days, so that would be October 16th. So we should be pumping into that moon. Pumping into that moon. Those aren't really good representations. Pumping into that moon here. Here. There. So the moon's on our side too. And this makes sense that we are dumping into our bare moon. Come down here and then start pumping into our bull moon here. Now, so the 16th is our bull moon, and then subtract a few days from that, and that would carry it into the next month. So like around the 12th or 13th, I believe, would be the next bull moon. So that would be over here, just after the FOMC meeting. A week after the FOMC meeting. So we have one more point of whatever confluence here. Now, where did I say 56.7? Right there. Let's look left. So we have our bottom here. We formed a higher low over here. We have a higher low over here. And if we look left more, what do we have over here? Another higher low, which is at 56.7-ish. Right there. Actually, 56.550 on the Coinbase chart. Where is 56.550 over here? Oh, we gotta go back way over here. I'm too far over. Yeah, I mean, this is really, really tight in here. I gotta expand it. Yep, pretty much right there in the range. 56.550, maybe Yeah, I mean, that's a few $100 right there. Right there in that range. So that's what we're looking for. Now, going off of that, are we forming some sort of perfectly symmetrical pattern? Well, it's not perfectly symmetrical because we came in slower into it and going out faster. Then maybe we would look for like one of these others, and I just don't see that. Anyway, that's like a conspiracy theory I had. But I do think this 56.5-ish region is very valid. Now, so then we'd be forming our right shoulder here and coming over here, coming back up here into the FOMC meeting. And I think maybe a breakout of our neckline. But I don't think we'll get very, very far. Maybe we do. Maybe we, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean, it is October. So we probably would break out pretty substantially, but I don't think we'll set a new all-time high. I think we'll come up to about 74 and then pull back into the FOMC meeting, as we would be having a bare moon just a week prior to the FOMC meeting. So we would dump into that, come back down here, and oddly enough, the neckline and the FOMC meeting intersect at about 68, the upper $68,000 region, which is our previous all-time high from the previous market. So all this stuff just falls right into line here. So I think we do pump here through October, come up, test our recent all-time high, then get rejected, find support at our last cycle all-time high at the FOMC meeting and after the elections, and then it's off to the races. Now, I do want to maintain that in this analysis, I do believe we are on the verge of exploding upwards. Here, I have it painted out that we could explode upwards from about 69,000 all the way in November. I don't know if we'll be that lucky. We could explode right now in the next 5 minutes. We're on the verge of a parabolic rally, and it could happen at any time. The scenarios I'm painting out here, what it looks like might happen, but I don't know if we can maintain these lows that long. So, anyway, there you have it. And analysis you won't get anywhere else. Does anybody else have a daily, 5-day, and weekly Gaussian channel conversion right shoulder theory? Anybody else? I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of crazy people like myself. Anyway, okay, so if you like what you see, if you hate it, if you are already asleep, just kind of like roll over and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Well, before we go, where are we at now? 60,000. Let's go back to our crazy line chart. Oh, before we do, let's go back here. Let's look at where, oh my God, yeah, look at this. Futures is trading lower, $100 lower than spot. This is not, yeah, we're going down. We're going down. Wow. You rarely see that. You rarely see that. Huh. Yeah, nobody's very bright on the future here. Here we are on a daily time frame. That was the one that I was looking at where we were wicking right down to the center line of the daily Gaussian channel there. And here you can see how the daily and the weekly converge right there. And if I turn the 5-day on, you'd see it. You know what? Let's do that because then we can see all of them together. Just switch to a 5-day, and now is this the Gaussian channel? Yeah. So you can see the daily, the week, the bottom of the daily, the top of the weekly, and the mean band of the 5-day, all converging right there at 56.75, 56.5, 56.7-ish region. But that's not what we want to do. We want to look at where we're at now. On the hourly. Just cruising right along our channel here. Now, with our channels, if we were to find a low here, we'd have to add several more channels to this. Come down, come over, come down, maybe even come up. Maybe we come up a little bit. You know, it's not going to be straight down here. So we got some sideways and upward action here, which would make sense because we don't just go straight down. Well, sometimes we do. Sometimes we go straight down and straight up, but not usually. We go down a bit, we go up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down, and over to here. So, it makes a lot of sense. All right, see you next time.